Welcome to my ranch, no advice on finance. Spin the wheel and take a chance. Get an NFT and a little education. The system got undertow, that knowledge is flotation. You wanna learn? Well, you came to right place. You pumping AMC, might get slapped in the face. Get your due diligence, know who the villain is. Don't be a sheep when the shepherd's carnivorous. So come learn, laugh, and maybe you win big. And listen up, y'all, the wheel is not rigged. Everybody get a chance in the live chat. Kyoto spin wheel, you win just like that. Retail fight back and this retail winning. Y'all just wait, man, this is just the beginning. All fellow simians, GME group singing the truth. We just chillin', infinity pool swimming. So welcome to my ranch. A lot of knowledge but no advice on finance. Don't even need pants, you can tune in naked like Kenny the Mayo Man. Internet's most hated. Don't wanna lose your money, then it's time for you to listen. If you're ignorant, invest in AMC or Superposition. The stream about ready, they told us to don't dance. I do what I want. Welcome to my ranch. 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 Welcome to my ranch.
How we doing, guys? No bullshit tonight, all right? No warm-up music, no nonsense. I'm not here for it. I'm hurting really bad right now. I don't know. Went out, had a terrible reaction to some of this nightlife, the liquor, I don't know, lack of food. I don't know what it was. It was a rough night. And I'm a rough dude right now. Rough day, rough morning. 6 o'clock and I'm really finally out of bed, but I owe this show to Freddie Bauer, my boy. I know I did a video earlier today that I was really bad in that video, but it was actually a decent video from what the reaction was from the crowd. But this is a show tonight where we're going to talk about the lies and the misdirection that people are pumping in front of you. We're gonna watch a so-called YouTuber, Twitter expert, I don't know, some dude. We're gonna watch some videos, react to that. And react to some tweets, and then of course I'll follow the chat with you guys. But let's jump right into it. And Freddie, I owe you, bro. You said you want a show after you're going hunting. Well, guess what? You got it. So everyone out there, trust me, I would have took today off. You would never see me, but I made a pledge to Freddie that I'd show up again. So shout out to one of the big supporters of the show. And you got me up, Freddie. You got me motivated. So let's go do it. To you, brother. All right, so first thing we're going to look at is going to be something like this. You know, I was actually talking to someone in the Discord. I was talking to Nick Tenney. What's his name? Nick Tennyhill? Is that his name? Nick? And Nick was like, I watch your show all the time, Marantz. And then he posted that the power packs, the starter packs were sold out. And I said, just proof that you don't watch the show. And the reason why I said that was, Nick, just so that we're clear, I announced this yesterday. I announced that they would be sold out on the power packs, on the starter packs for the day, and that you would, it says right here, Pokemon Power starter packs, not tonight, they're getting restocked, but silver, gold, platinum, and diamond, they're on the list. Step right up. The bigger packs, right? It's probably open now with all of them. I don't know and I don't care. I'm not doing it right now. I'm focused on my health at the moment. Holy shit, I'm not doing well today. But that's what's going on. Another thing is this guy, AJ, he makes me sick, okay? If you guys don't know who he is, he's the guy who's in the documentary with, what's that dude's name? James Janney, the one I did for GameStop, and the one that basically tried to say that we're a cult and we don't understand our investment, and then there you go, we go crazy, you know, a couple months later. This idiot believes in Bed Bath & Beyond. He believes in PP Seeds and the crew, and this is who they watched. So I just want to make this very clear to people, like as they're going through and talking about whatever they think about DK Butterfly. I wouldn't even care. Honestly, DK Butterfly, let's just draw it all back. There's an investment called Bed Bath & Beyond, a company. Maybe you guys don't know it. Maybe you weren't born back in the 2000s, but yeah. So Bed Bath & Beyond existed. It's gone completely. They auctioned off everything, and they sold their image likeness. They sold everything, okay? And not everything, but they sold the bulk of what the identity of the company would be. So when they sold off this company, and via bankruptcy, they did a Chapter 11, not a Chapter 7. Chapter 7 would have been complete liquidation. Chapter 11, they were able to carve assets out. But we knew what it was. It's what led to the series and the book that I've written called, Connect the Dots. You guys will see it, and you guys will understand everything. But what private equity has done over this time, carving out assets in multiple companies, now you have Bed Bath & Beyond. The old company is now called DK Butterfly, right? Out of bankruptcy. That's what it is. DK Butterfly. Don't care one bit. There's no CEO there. There's nothing. It's a shell of a name and an identity. But all the existing shareholders had all of their stock deleted and extinguished. Cool. All the shares are gone. There's no share record. There's no stock record of holding. There's no ledger that's going to show you the float, who owns it, and who you are, and your name next to it. For whatever reason, they have been told that their shares are being tallied somewhere and that brokers are hanging on to them. They are not, but they don't exist. I just want to put that very clear. I have as many Bed Bath & Beyond BBBYQ shares as anyone else in this world, which is 0. Nobody has any. You wouldn't even know where to buy them today if you could. It's not available. But DK Butterfly is the identity that it's called via the bankruptcy. So people are trying to tell you that GameStop is going to buy DK Butterfly and whatever other assets are under that list. And that's what Ryan Cohen's really doing with the cash. And that these guys are going to emerge like a phoenix from the ashes, and that they're going to get value for DK Butterfly shares. I don't even know what the hell they're talking about, but they think they're actually going to have like a reverse merger acquisition, blah, it's going to raise, and then you're going to get some type of GameStop shares, allegedly. I don't even know if you're going to get that. I don't even know what the hell they're talking about. But to give an example, here's your dude. This post is for Bed Bath & Beyond, which is not BBBYQ, but Bed Bath & Beyond now, the name, the company, the ticker, is actually Overstock. So it's not that either. I mean, it's just, I don't understand these kids. Just sharing a theory, I could be wrong. No shit, you could be wrong. I'm telling you, AJ, you could be wrong. This might be the dumbest doctor in the world. I know he's got a great job. I mean, I've never found anybody as ignorant as these kids. But I digress. I see Mullen Automotive investors and AMC investors. And GameStop filed September 9, 2025. Remember all this, okay? GameStop filed declaring a warrant dividend. The warrant was 1 per every 10 shares. Now, that was during earnings when they announced. And it was a 32 strike price, and it expires October 2026. Cool. It'll come out on the 7th, which we're all excited about, 3 more days. Convertible note holders also get equivalent warrants. Importantly, the filing reference warrants to purchase common stock, but the actual warrant agreement has not yet been filed, leaving the door open to adjustments, substitutions, and merger trigger mechanics. Here you go. Bed Bath & Beyond, now legally Beyond Inc., which is Overstock, they did the same thing. They filed that they were going to go ahead and issue warrants, and they're exercisable at $15.50, also expiring on the same said date. They're going to be distributed on the 7th. Cool. Same time as GameStop's. Hey, you Bed Bath & Beyond people, you Overstock people, you guys who are buying that shit for $15.50, maybe you don't know the company. Maybe you don't know the structure. Well, I mean, let's go do that really quick. I just want to do it because I know you kids watch the show, you knuckleheads. You guys keep thinking this is a quality buy. They're offering right here they're at $12.02 as of now, right? $12.02 as of now. Look at the increase. They were down here, boom, at $9. How about a month ago? $9, right? To be all the way to 12, and then they go $15.50 is a strike. Are there bondholders holding this thing up? Like, what else is behind this company that has a market cap of $690 million? Their revenue's $1 billion. They lose $200 million a year. Why would you be giving them $15.50 for anything? Shares outstanding is 57 million share float. Very small float. Let's go look at the income or the lack thereof. Operating revenue right here, 282. 282 down 30% year over year. Absolutely embarrassing, from 400 to 282. You guys want to buy this? Gross profit. They actually have a gross profit. It's right there because every company has a gross profit. That's it. Just right there, 60 million. But your operating is here. You're losing in SG&A. You're down 17. We got you. Does it get worse? It absolutely gets worse. They're coming out at a negative 19 million. So they lose money every quarter. That's the identity of the company. when you're looking at margins, you can't really be successful in business when your free cash flow is 5, you're -6, -6, and 23. This is not GameStop, guys. This is Overstock. You couldn't even tell me if these guys, these Bed Bath & Beyond guys who pump this shit, AJ, yourself included, none of you shop on Overstock.com and or Bed Bath & Beyond. I've never seen a bag and order. None of these guys doing videos about what they bought. It's not even possible. It's one of the worst. This is trash. The balance sheet. They have $120 million. So they're asking you to give them more money. Good luck getting more money. Now, they have cash burn, as you can see. They're down 35% over last year at the same time. So they've lost plenty of money over. In that 1 year, they've had burn all the way over to $60 million, right? Okay, cool. Right here, total assets, $358 million in total assets. 358. Their total liabilities are 226. They're telling you here they have retained earnings. They lost. Their shareholder equity is $131 million. I just can't even tell you how bad this is. Like, it's that bad. It's a $2 on book. It trades at 5 times book, 6 times book. Right? Like, do you understand how terrible this thing is? Okay, cool. Now you're gonna over here and they're gonna talk about some nonsense, how GameStop's gonna merge, and you're gonna see that it's gonna be amazing. And why are we talking about GameStop coming through and merging with this Bed Bath & Beyond? Creditor treatment. BBBYQ creditors could see potential equalization into the merger vehicle. Warrant mechanics could force them to accept equity at preset strikes, 15, 50, and 32, recapitalizing the structure while protecting current retail holders. What the hell are you talking about? This is enough gibberish for the end of the world. And Jake 2B is no different. All of this is nonsense, guys. They have changed the way they're looking at their investment, or the lack thereof. The worst I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen anybody like these guys. Just keep adjusting and adjusting and adjusting. And now it even comes out to here that DK Butterfly was added to the S&P TMI index. So they're like, oh, that must mean something. I'll tell you, I would much rather have GameStop shares than DK Butterfly dreams. That's it. Thank you, Derek. Wow. Yeah, well, I'm trying, bro. Tinfoil. Did you see the Roaring Kitty meme with the Natalie Portman song, Don't Fear the Reaper? You know, I'm going to show you some tinfoil, Ryan Brown. You've come here twice now in the past week, and I don't deal with bullshit. Okay? Today's not the day. It's just not. We're either talking fundamentals or we're not. That's the truth of this damn company. I've been here for 5 years, dude, just like you. When has this tinfoil ever done anything other than what? Waste my time and your energy. We're here to talk about business. We're here to talk about funding. We're here to talk about an actual company that's being manipulated, yes, but it's not tinfoil. This is the truth. I can't with some people, man. And you can take that very personal, Ryan, if you want to, but you typed up a damn paragraph about a Roaring Kitty fucking tweet, dude. I don't care about Roaring Kitty. I don't know how much you don't know about this investment. Like, people are oblivious to what Roaring Kitty said. Roaring Kitty said, I don't move this market. Retail doesn't move this market. We never did. We never could have. It's not even possible. Okay, good. I do agree with that. What I do also agree with is they're making him the villain in all of this, right? If you lost money because you believed in him and his tweets, and you see the tinfoil, you see all this, and you got to make sense of it somehow. Do you know how many people get upset and they give up? And they just go away because they're like, dude, this is all bullshit. It's just memes. And that's what they are. They're not even seeing the bigger picture of GameStop. They don't see the company. They don't see the true pivot and shift because they're being blinded by the meme king, meme stocks, meme. That's it. It's a bullshit. They're actual like Fortune 500 company that they run a blue chip style type of business, and you should be so lucky to emulate it. That's what I would be focusing on, not on fucking memes, bro. The next time I see this shit right here, look at this right here. GameStop says in stores now. They're telling you got Pokemon card and GameStop. This is quality shit. This is just telling you about the product. But if somebody came to me and said, well, do you know what this means? More shiny codes. Do you know what this means? This means rockets, bro. This means they got something else going on. MSC. Oh, that must mean a new investment. They're doing more shiny code stands for MSC. Go check that ticker. They're going to merge. They're going to acquisite. It's like, shut up, dude. Not everything is a damn Not everything like in riddles and clues and no. Just take it for what it is. Let's listen to Tom Lee here.
And
Tom
I'm
Lee.
still bullish on Bitcoin. In the fourth quarter, seasonally, Bitcoin strong, but now we have the Fed flipping dovish after being essentially hawkish all year. That's a tailwind for Bitcoin. So I think Bitcoin gets to 200 to 250,000 by the end of the year. And that aligns with Mark Newton's technical targets. And I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. In the fourth quarter, seasonally, Bitcoin strong.
You see, dude? This is the shit I'm talking about. They give a microphone. Yeah. Thank you, Ryan. You see, they give you a microphone, and they give you an audience, and you sit in front of it, and then you come out and you say, "Yeah, Bitcoin's going to 250,000 this year." Hey, anybody want to tell Tom it's October? Tom, I got 3 months, bro. I got 3 months to live on this shit. So you tell me how in the hell we're going to get to 250,000. We're going to go up 100%. Somebody call somebody. You must know something that no one else knows. Criminal, bro. Criminal. We didn't make up a name for all these jerks that call meme stocks memes, especially those hosts and TVs that bash them. Yeah, and like form a negative sentiment towards company. Isn't that right? Isn't right? Oh, but that's what they're paid to do, man. They're analysts. Imagine being a stock analyst that all you ever do is pump out how great Nvidia is, how great the meme stocks are or not. I'm so sorry. And how terrible Ryan Cohen is as a person, a leader, and a CEO. Could you ever imagine? That's what they get paid to do. It's frustrating, sure. It's lies, but it's also fake news. So I just let it go. Thanks, Tom Lee. 250 coming, I guess. What was announced, I love this right here, guys, if you guys are not familiar. Anson Funds is absolutely guilty. We talked about this. This is stuff that's not talked about, okay? This is what needs to be talked about all over. This should be everywhere. On Twitter, it should be on Reddit, it should be on TikTok, it should be everywhere. But this is Canada, okay? Canada, Anson Funds, and the Hindenburg Research, they commit securities fraud. Court docs reveal everything. Now, if you don't understand how these guys are committing securities frauds, it's not that they're lying. It doesn't work that way. The way they do it is they buy positions, they short, and they knock it down with the research by releasing the research. So Hindenburg Research will let Anson Funds know what they're going to type, what they're going to run, like a hit piece. And so these guys get to make money on the hit as it's coming. And that's the way it's been happening. Okay, so they colluded with other short sellers, providing a link between Anson and short selling groups that had previously denied working with the fund. Yeah, they absolutely know. So if you know what happened, they did a hit piece on, the last one they did was Carvana, Hindenburg Research. And within 3 days later, Carvana rebounded with everything. Nate Anderson came out and said, "I'm shutting down Hindenburg." And you're like, why? Because they had the proof. And this is the proof. Review attached for any required final edits and changes. So he was emailing Anson Funds, two Anson Funds, Sonny Puri and Michael Russell, whatever their names is, from Nathan. He's sending them his work before he posts it, giving them a heads up. This is how we're going to go hit this. This all looks based on the old draft rather than the new draft. Boom. They all know. Attached. So you knew exactly what they were going to go hit before they did. Now, these guys have written hit pieces on everybody, everything that was worth it hitting. But think about how the opposite happened, right? Anson Funds wrote naked everything for GameStop. But these guys also pumped out positives for Mullen Automotive. They were pumping on the other sides of trades, other side of these reports. So they were having retail buy the top side while they're shorting it. And how does retail buy it? Well, they push it out to people. Real simple. So they know. Mark Kiotis. This is the tweet of the day. Look no further than Anson Fund's relationship with Andrew Left. Question. Question is, what percentage of Hindenburg research reports came from Anson? That to me is an illusion for which you speak. Mark Kiotis has no room to talk. He's the same guy. When you're selling an illusion, it's hard to give credit to anyone else's for their work. The illusion only upheld as long as the markets believe in the magic. Recent indictments have highlighted how the sausage is made, yet still these silly arguments erupt. And so it's absolutely true that these guys get to come out, make hit pieces, and then in turn pump out those same things. Like they're pumping it with retails info. And now you guys, you know what? Miss me with the Canadian YouTubers, because these guys are paid by someone. No one just comes up and decides one day, you know what? I'm going to start talking Mullen Automotive. I'm going to start talking Tupperware. I'm going to start talking this and that. No, somebody has to give it to you. Nobody in their right mind came up and said, Unity. We're going to talk Unity. You know what we're going to do? Look at that tinfoil. You know, you have that Rick James and you have Roy and Kitty. He used a meme, and Rick James had a ring on that said Unity on it. That's his call telling us that it's Unity. That we're going to bet Unity. No, guys. They look for shit within there, and then they try to tie it up to you. That's why I tell you, tinfoil, when you guys say it's fun, it's not fun. It's not fun. It's evil. It's what they're doing. It's what you think is fun is someone else's belief system. Someone actually believes that shit. And then guess what? You're costing people money. If you never play these games, if you don't play these pump and dump games, we don't have this issue. But your boy over here, look at this, Tilray. We have hundreds of emails sent between Anson Funds and TD Bank during the whole Tilray debacle. Are you kidding? Tilray, that was January 28th, 2021. That was the cannabis stocks. We knew what it was. And that was the pump of SNDL. And go look at the board of directors of SNDL. Private equity. Same shit. But they had so many that they're going through. And I know that he's under the gun. He's trying to make out a deal right now. Moez Kassam, from what I was reading. Moez Kassam is trying to make a deal, and he's the head of Anson Funds. Moez Kassam is trying to make a deal to do it without jail time. He's trying to do securities fraud without jail time. And he's trying to give up people. He's trying to give up names, and it's not going to work. This is not going to work. They're going to still give you years. So I think it's going to come down hard, but this is cracking the glass on how to manipulate these outcomes. I have the MMTLP situation gets resolved. I hope it does with the Anson Funds collusion. I want to use that locked up money to buy more warrants. Warrants with an A at the end. I got you. Envoy, I don't know if you ever get that money back. I don't know how that works. And I don't pretend to know how it works. MMTLP and people, and whenever people start using weird mechanics, right? Like GameStop put out an S3 filing for a shelf offering right before their stock took off and went crazy in last year. And when rockets came, GameStop offered shares. They did ATMs, raise funds. Cool. Now GameStop launches this warrant, and you have people out here lying to you. You have people out here lying to you about what it's going to do and how it works. Let me introduce you to somebody. This is Nicholas Pantano. Nicholas Pantano, this video showed up in my feed, and then but when I went and looked at my messages in Discord, Almo had already sent it to me like 1 a.m. yesterday. So I was like, yo, what is this bullshit? Dude, while I'm throwing up this morning, I'm watching this video. It made me throw up even more. And this guy makes me sick. The Yield Boss. Don't worry. The Yield Boss. Nicholas Pantano. He has 4,000 subs on YouTube, which is nothing really. I mean, good luck to you. It's nothing when you have 100,000 views. They have 100,000 views, 4,000 subs, and his most viewed video ever is his latest one a day ago, 3,500 views already, about GameStop and him talking about the warrants. I'm going to show you how much he doesn't know. We're going to go over it. I'm going to be here with you guys. But let me tell you, watch this first, okay? Think about how wrong he is in this 2-minute video first before you start seeing the next video he posted. To give an example, he posted this video 2 weeks ago, okay? And we all know that it's wrong, But that's what I want to show you. I want to show you how wrong you can be and still talk like you know what the fuck you're talking about. That kills me. Here you go. I've been wrong before. And you know what I did? I walked in front of the camera and go, hey, guys, I was wrong about that. Sorry. I learned. Not these guys. Not these clowns. By the way, this guy's telling people to buy AMC. But I'll let you hear it for yourself.
There it is. There it is. Your July 26 micro run snub. They delayed it for 2 entire months. Do you have any idea the amount of coordination that has to happen with the regulatory parties, the banks, the hedge funds, the asset managers lending out shares to be shorted, etc., etc.? This is collusion on Wall Street to a massive degree.
Let's clear this up, Kenneth. Don't come in here with your elementary questions. Kenneth Matthew, proof that you don't watch the show, proof you don't know what the hell you're talking about. We've already talked about this. Insider selling shares at GameStop, really? They sell them for what? For taxes, right? And it clearly states it on there. Sold for taxes, whatever it may be. It doesn't matter if they sell shares, right? I want to let you know something. This whole idea that people sell shares because they're scared of it. How much do they sell? You're coming in here telling me how much? Was it a lifetime of income? Adam Aaron sold $90 million, $100 million worth of shares over the course of X amount of years. You're telling he gave up shares to his kids, everything. These guys sell a couple $100,000, and people are like, oh, what are they doing? They're employed. They have RSUs. There's dates on RSU. You can't carry them forever. And guess what happens? They sell them for taxes, and it clearly states it on there 99% of the time. So what do you mean insider? Like you plural, like two guys that actually get paid that way? Did Ryan sell a share? Tell me this. Larry Chang, Alan Addo, Ryan Cohen, did they sell shares? No. Then stop talking about this shit. Ooh, did they know something that we don't? Yeah. Real smart to sell shares before we get the warrants for those shares. Real smart. Matter of fact, we need to sell more shares. This is what we need to do. I mean, it's the dumbest shit ever, dude. On second, 179,000. Thank you. Yeah, go look at it. Go look at the same two guys sell shares every quarter. Every quarter. Kenneth. Go look at the insiders of GameStop. The same two guys sell shares every quarter. You know what? Nah, because you're like one of these kids, dude, that you probably just need to see it to understand it. Maybe I gotta go do the homework for you because you don't do it yourself. You go to the damn Edgar system, you come in here, and you go ahead and look at this ownership disclosures, okay? When you click on that, look at these Form 4s right here. Ooh, they sold shares. Let's open one up. Let's go look at it. Now, as we go through here, I want to show you something, okay? And I'll highlight it for you. It's in green right here. Boom. 1, code S1 in green, okay? Why did they sell shares? Here we go. Represents shares sold to cover applicable withholding taxes in connection with the vesting of RSUs. This sale does not represent any type of trade reporting to the person. They sold for taxes. It happens every quarter. It's like, how long have you been invested into GameStop? Is it your first day? It must be. It must be your first week, your first quarter. It must be. So irritating, dude. Like, I swear to God, you people make me sick. Here we go. All of his filings. We'll go ahead and look at all of his filings. Right here. All of them. He gets shares, he sells them. He gets shares, he sells them. Here, let's do another one. Well, let's go look. You never know. Maybe Marantz is wrong on this. Look at another one. What does it say? S1, S1. S1, S1. Sales rep rule 10.5B reporting trading platform reported he's going to sell pursuant to the rule and represents weighted simple transactions, blah, 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 blah. Corporate e-commission, separate price in the range. So sold shares here for what? For the 10B51 reporting program, meaning he can sell shares ahead of time before it actually happens. This is probably his annual stock. You know why? Because this stock came in right after the annual shareholders meeting. That's GameStop does it that year. Does it in the middle of the year, you get a whole amount, and then this is your salary. It tells you in every form what you do. Literally tells you in every single form. Go back to it. Go get another one. We'll go get another one right here. Applicable, blah, 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 reporting system. Here you go. Vested trading shares. The restricted shares are scheduled to vest A equally quarterly instruments. Boom, we know that. Wow, did you know it's quarterly? I didn't know that. It's quarterly. They actually get paid quarterly. Mark, why are you selling shares? Why is everybody selling shares? What are they selling shares for? This is crazy, man. Go down there. What did it say here? Yep. This sold cover. Oh, I like this one. Represent shares sold covering applicable withholding taxes in connection with the vesting of the RSUs. Damn. No way that happened. Again? Man, these guys must know something. There must be something happening. So stupid. I can't with you kids, bro. I just can't. Yeah. You're a bot. Insider sold shares just days before the warrants. Does that mean that they, you know what? Can't with you, kid. Peace. Don't ask questions, okay? Don't ask questions. Just get all the answers. I'm telling you, dude, this is a cult. This is a cult. Like, I'm serious, bro. A cult. If you're not positive about this investment, if you're going to come in here and question, Morant's, but they got to ask questions. No, they don't. Just got to listen. Just got to watch previous videos. Talk it out. Go to Discord. Don't talk it out with me. I don't have time for this shit. Crazy. And it's not that you know why, Kenneth? If you ask the question one time, I'll answer it for you. Right? Because I'm literally talking right now. So when you ask the question, boom. Now I get, hey, here you go. Here's the answer. Nope. You kept typing. You kept pasting copy. Like, where are you getting your info to just keep typing? And you keep going. It's like, this is what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with bots. All right, back to the dumbass over here. Talks like this guy's even worse than Kenneth.
Okay? And I am the only fucking person seemingly on Twitter warning you about the distributed moves that are impending. Now that you have fulfilled on the micro, what comes next? $19. You know, the $19 that I called in the beginning of the summer when we were fucking here and every influencer account on Twitter was telling you that we were going to squeeze, that $19, okay? You were supposed to get 26 in July. Like with what happened with AMC when it made its move to the week that I called in July. They delayed it for an extra 2 months. How much longer are you going to sit here and listen to these fucking meme kids? How much longer are you going to follow John Ball 69 and AMC 22 to the moon about how Wall Street works? You have no fucking financial background. You've never worked on a trading floor. You've never stepped foot in a bank, a hedge fund, an asset manager. Who the fuck are you talking to? The fucking disrespect and balls on these kids to farm for engagement, to attack people. These kids are 30, 40 years old on Twitter, attacking people. You can say anything you want on your fucking telephone. You would never say it to my face. This is what Twitter...
I'd say it right to your face. We never hit 19. Your fucking algorithm here, your Elliott line bullshit that you're doing, this doesn't matter to GameStop because nowhere in here are you explaining the actual events that happened to the company, Nick. Okay, Nicholas? GameStop announced offerings. They announced bond offerings, convertible note offerings. Like, you have to know what you're talking about before you come out and say it didn't go because of X, Y, and Z. No. And it's not going to hit $19. You say, oh, 26 snub because it finally gapped up and went all the way. And what, it didn't get there? It didn't get there? Or how about you didn't make a video for 2 weeks because you were wrong and we were sitting at $28 and not 19? Oh, let's explain that away.
Twitter is like. You choose who you want to follow, and you get the results of that caliber of person. Okay? I am the only person on Twitter that told you.
Bro, you get the results. You get the results. So you were wrong about this investment now, about AMC and GameStop and how they're running. So you keep reading your chart. You keep reading your notes over here. Like, every time, like, you obviously are reading a script. Like, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. But out of nowhere, Nick. We've been here for 4.5 years. Where the fuck you been? Oh, it's time to start talking now?
No squeeze in December and January. Oh, what was that? Ruin Kitty? We're going to get a Christmas present? Oh, Christmas present. December and January. Oh, the January OPEX chain is so loaded, so we're going to squeeze. Oh, Ryan Cohen, he tweeted, fucking YOLO tits and to the moon in December. Oh, we're going to squeeze then. Let's squeeze. No squeeze in December and January. The only person that called for the March macro to play inverse. What happened in March and April? Oh shit, AMC, GameStop, they dropped over 40 fucking percent.
AMC and GameStop dropped 40%. Let's see. GameStop announced a bond offering. Did AMC? And what are you talking about? This is crazy. You could have picked out a bond offering with charts. Do you even know like the launches, the release, the Switch 2, earnings? No, you're just playing the game. And you're giving yourself some pat on the back over here. Cool. Cool story.
What happened next? Micros in the summer, in July, AMC to the week, GMEs, snubbed. Delayed it 2 months. Now you got it. What comes next? On the macro. Say it with me.
What do you mean? What do you mean now you got it? GameStop announced earnings. Their earnings took them up, and then they announced a warrant offering. We're getting close to the warrant date. The hell are you talking about? The snub. Okay, let's see this. I want to hear this part. This is the best part.
Say it with me. 19. You were wrong. Again. Live with it.
That shit is crazy, bro. Shit is crazy. The guys have platforms and talk this way. Now let's talk about what he doesn't know about warrants. Because it's very obvious how ignorant he is. Oh, it's scary that people watch this. 3,500 people watch this because it says AMC and GameStop. Oh.
Friendly reminder, the macro distribution call to 19 on GME and 2 on AMC was called back in June. Before the news of the warrants was even released to the public in September. So how did I know October 3rd was the date? 5 months in advance. Better strap in, ladies and gentlemen, because everything I'm about to tell you about the GME warrants is going to confirm that everything that I have been saying about Black.
He did not even make sense right there. So what does that tell you? Get your ass out of here, bro. Yeah, what does that tell you that I said this and that? And you didn't say anything. You didn't say anything, bro. What are you talking to the date? I guess he's making up his own shit. But then he's going to talk about a BlackRock algorithm. I got to hear this shit too. So just pay attention to nonsense when you hear it.
Even released to the public in September. So how did I know October 3rd was the date? 5 months in advance. Better strap in, ladies and gentlemen, because everything I'm about to tell you about the GME warrants is going to confirm that everything that I have been saying about BlackRock having a repeating algorithm that is tethered to the S&P, driven by AMC and GME and their systemic risk, has been spot on for the last 3 years. In turn, I will also analyze all the near-term and mid-term price action expected on both AMC and GameStop as the warrants come into effect on October 7th. As you guys know, and has been the topic of discussion in the entire meme community since September 9th, has been GameStop's new special dividend, which is going to be in the form of a warrant delivered to any shareholder of the common stock up to October 3rd. You have to own common stock of GameStop in order to be eligible for this free warrant that is going to be distributed on October 7th. Now, on October 7th, when you look at GameStop, there will be one ticker called GME and another ticker called GMEWS. Those new warrants are going to derive from GameStop's existing shareholder price. It might pull 10% from GME Common. It might pull 20% from GME Common. For example, let's say that GME is currently trading at $27 and the warrants come out at $7. You will see a 20% drop on GameStop overnight.
This is a lie. I don't know who gave this guy this info or what script he's reading. If I have to play that again, I will. For you to understand what he just said, the price, the warrant value and price will not pull from GameStop's value. It's the other way around. But you don't get to pull out. It's not like Ape. right? And I always attribute this to everybody. Like when Ape came out, there was the arbitrage effect where you figured, well, Ape came out of half of what AMC shares were, but they also had voting rights, so it was really valuable, believe it or not. But they were able to short it individually because it was a stock, it was a security. Warrants are not securities. I'll say this very clear. I don't care if you go Google it. I don't care if you chat GTP, whatever. You cannot short warrants. Warrants are a rights offering. And there can't be more warrants than shares. Like, there's nowhere out there that you can have more than 59 million warrants. I want to make this very clear to people. The nonsense you might hear, it's not, you know why it's not possible? Because then GameStop would be raising how much money when you exercise and you want your share. You're going to exercise, GameStop's going to deliver a share. GameStop's only delivering shares at $32 at strike. So how in the hell could you have more then? That's it. You're going to get $32 to GameStop. They're going to raise $1.9 billion. This guy's ridiculous from what I just heard. Absolutely ridiculous. It's like ignorance. They allow him to speak. I don't even know who gave this kid the script, but he keeps looking at it. There he is looking at it again. Read your notes. Get your script. Go for it.
One ticker called GME and another ticker called GMEWS. Those new warrants are going to derive from GameStop's existing shareholder price. It might pull 10% from GME Common. It might pull 20% from GME Common. For example, let's say that GME is currently trading at $27 and the warrants come out at $7. You will see a 20% drop on GameStop overnight because of the mechanics of how the warrants derive their price from the GME Common. Now,
it is so not true. The warrants are independent of the stock price. They're not going to drive the stock price anywhere. You would have to adjust value of warrants to trigger whatever the stock is doing. It's the other way around. This guy, he believes his own elbow from his asshole right now.
Now, this may sound familiar to what AMC and Adam Aaron did with Ape and the preferred equity unit, but it is completely different for these main two reasons, okay? When Ape was issued, Adam Aaron basically force diluted AMC's stock as much as humanly possible using the Ape preferred equity unit, which had voter rights. But where he got you was Ape was not a dividend. Short sellers of AMC.
Let's just stop that again. Ape was a dividend, okay? And it was derived from value of the same shares. Okay, that's where it actually got its market cap from. Because if you remember, the two securities combined equaled the market cap of the company. Additionally, he didn't offer numerous amount of apes to anybody. He waited till the company was shorted down to the ground to 60 cents a piece, and then he offered it to Antera. He offered a pipe deal, where he then gave up the other portion of this billion ape that he had available to him. You don't know your history of events here, but you're reading quite well, I guess.
AMC did not have any requirement to deliver ape to AMC common shareholders. So while he was forced diluting, at the same time, shorts could pile on to ape endlessly, which they did, and dropped the stock 99% with no repercussions to what happened to AMC afterwards. And then once they combined Ape back into AMC, all that excess of billions of dollars of seemingly infinite dilution that had no cap was all thrown back into the common stock, dropping the stock even further down to 99.4%. It was a complete hatchet job.
But yet you want people to buy AMC. This guy constantly pumps and promotes AMC. I just want to put that out there. He'll do it in this video as well.
Now, with GameStop, it's different because the warrant is a actual dividend. Short sellers actually have to deliver that warrant if they are borrowing to short GameStop. I will get into that in a second, but let's go over what the warrant entails in full first. As being an owner of GME common stock, whether you are retail or an institution of any various kind, okay, there's going to be 59 million warrants total, which will be able to be exercised at a strike price of $32. Think of it almost as like a call option with a strike of 32. So it doesn't matter at what period in time you choose to exercise your GME warrants. If you are a holder of common stock, it could be tomorrow, it could be on October 7th, or it could be on next year on October 1st. As long as you exercise your warrants before the October 30th, 2026 end date, GameStop will raise up to $1.9 billion in cash, adding to Ryan Cohen's absolute war chest of cash that is going to be rivaling Nvidia's balance sheet at $11 billion. Now, the mechanics here are what truly matters, because if there's 59 million warrants and you get 1 share per warrant, that means there's 59 million shares of new buying demand that's going to hit the tape. That's also 59 million shares of excess dilution. Now, with what
That is not true. This is a misconception. Okay. The 59 million shares that are available to the public via the warrants are not going to add to the float. And I know people don't know how this works, but what GameStop did was they allowed everyone to get 10%, an increase of 10% of the shares available to you on float. Our float is at 447 million shares. The most that could be exercised at this time is going to be around 44 million shares. Okay? I want to make it very clear to everybody. The bondholders are able to buy and exercise additional shares, but they're going to be added on to their bond holding from the way I read it. He's offering the bondholders to get exercising shares. So are they going to go and stay on the bonds themselves? Are they going to increase the bonds that amount of value? I don't know that part. But as of now, your actual position is 447 million shares plus 10%. As of now, I'll see how the bonds all work out. We'll see how the float works out. But if I'm wrong, I'll happily be wrong. I have no problem being wrong. But as of now, when I read the verbiage, it said bondholders have the option. My daughter left. Why are the dogs barking? Someone's at my house. Give me a second, guys. All right, I'm back. Here's what I decided to do right now. While I was walking and clearing the perimeter, Mark Sanchez got stabbed? Bro. I mean, I care, but I don't care. But Mark Sanchez got stabbed? That's bullshit, bro. He's a good ass dude. You got a good ass. Hold on. GME. Let's go. Let's go to 8Ks. Is it right here, right there? No, I want to go to the, I want the actual, I want the Warrant 8K. It's right here. Okay, let's see what it says here. I just want to read it one more time so I understand. Okay. It says the warrants will be distributed, blah, 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 blah. Additionally, in lieu of the adjustment to the applicable conversion rate holders, senior convertible note holders collectively, as record date, will also receive at the same time, same terms the holders of common stocks warrants, without having to convert such holders' convertible notes, as if such holder held a number of shares of common stock equal to the product. The conversion rate applicable to the convertible notes is effective on the record date and of the convertible notes held by such holders. Record date. The expiration date of the warrants is expected to be boom. We intend to apply for the warrants. Okay, so yeah, I'm not certain. I know they're going to get warrants, so maybe they're going to have active shares, or maybe they're going to get added to the notes themselves. I don't know. You see, I don't know that part. But they're offering them 10% of their holdings for $32 a piece of the additional warrants. So I don't know. It's a fair question to ask. I've never had to go through that with obviously with GameStop, but I want to look for. Let's look at. See here. I'm going to look at something really quick. So this was the equivalent of 34. How many millions of shares was it? I want to know. Is this many shares? I can go on dilution. Don't mind me. I had nothing to do tonight. I'm good. I told my wife we're not going out tonight. Hell no, bro. I don't feel good. Yeah, howdy, bro. I want to go to... Look at that bad boy right there, bro. $9 billion. Amazing. Okay, so it's right here. So total shares on each convertible note here is 49 million shares and 92 million. So they'll get 4.9 million more shares, and they'll get 9.2 million more shares. So you're only talking about 141 million shares over here. So we'll have to see how that goes. Registered, that was filled already. Boom, filled. All those got filled. We were good back in the day. This is stuff you should always be looking at, guys, on companies that you're invested in. See what they've offered, what they've done. 75 million shares, and we raised 2.1. 45 million shares, we raised $1 billion, basically, 933. 20 million shares, we raised 400. So $20, $28, and some 20 whatever dollars it was. Not bad. Not bad. The offerings. So these are two I'm looking at. So we got to find out that and that. So convertible note holders get access to the bonds or access to the warrants for however many shares they cover. We don't know if those are going to be added to the float. That's my point. It's around 14 million shares. So the float could be 59 total added to it, okay? Or it could be just, 14 away from that is going to be 45? Somewhere like that. I'm not good at math. About 45 million shares, okay? Got stabbed and arrested? Ooh. Apparently the stabbing was in self-defense. Whoa, you mean he got arrested? He was doing some bullshit? Oh, man, that's crazy. Okay, anyway, back to this guy who's completely wrong about his shit. Let's hear what he has to say.
What happened at Ape and the preferred equity unit, that wasn't 59 million shares. That was billions of shares of dilution. GameStop's float is already big enough that it's not going to have that big of an impact. What it is going to do is put shorts in.
It's not going to have any impact at all, guys, okay? You're going to sell, you're going to convert at $32. You're not, this is not a dilutive event, okay? I want to make this very clear to people. It's not a dilutive event. You cannot compare it to adding shares. That's not what warrants are. Warrants are a strike price. They want it there, and that's where it's headed. So the float could increase 1 billion shares, but at $32. That's $32 billion, right? So it wouldn't matter. So I hate the way this whole presence of what he's talking about, and I hate that he looks at his notes the whole time. It makes me sick.
In a very, very difficult predicament. And this is where things start to get really juicy. In securities practice, if you are a firm and you short a stock, you don't own that short. You are borrowing a real share from a lender. It doesn't matter who it is, asset manager, hedge fund, bank, whatever. They have a fixed lending pool that's hidden behind the NYSE that they pull from all the time. And this has raised the questions about naked shorts consistently because seemingly there has been more short interest in shares than actual shares outstanding in the float. Being an institution that has to borrow a real share also means you have to deliver any type of corporate action to the lender of that share. So the lender is never exposed. The lender is going to receive multiple things. One is a fixed income interest payment on the short that they're lending you. And the other is any cash dividend or warrant, et cetera, any corporate action that is on the common stock. You as a short seller have to deliver to the lender. This is going to cause a massive problem when 59 million warrants hit and every single GME owner is demanding warrants because they rightfully own the stock before October 3rd. So currently, as of September, GameStop's short interest is something around 90 million shares. But if 59 million new shares...
It is not 90 million shares. Am I tripping on that? This guy's just pulling numbers out of his ass, huh? Short interest. 66 million shares. So not 90 million, right? So they're short 66, which is 16% of the float. And here's a real baffling thing if people don't know this part. If you haven't figured this out yet about GameStop, the short interest is a manipulation of the people. I'm going to explain. A lot of you guys buy shares and you hold them. You're not day trading. You're not doing anything. So the volume you see it's not even real volume. The volume you see is generated between what we call short laddering. And if you're not familiar with short laddering and how this works, this short interest is mind-boggling. Like, I don't think people are going to be on the hook for warrants like he's trying to manipulate and make you think it out to be. I'll explain. Like, if you have a share, great, you're going to get the warrant. Whatever. What makes you think that these guys aren't trading the shorts back and forth to each other? Like, what makes you think they're not shorting the stock and then they're selling it to each other to knock the price down and hold it where it's at? I mean, this has been happening for 4.5 years. You would think after 4.5 years of everybody buying GameStop and holding it like we all have, and I don't care if there's, you know what? I'm going to tell you the power of numbers in such a small amount. I can look at you guys on this chat and channel, and I can tell you that we have been buying shares over the last 4.5 years, and we currently have more shares now than we could have ever imagined having. But we own millions here. And there's just 15,000 of us. But we own millions, hundreds of millions of dollars of GameStop shares right here on this channel. And you're going to tell me that we haven't moved the needle at all? That we don't move it at all? They just keep niggling that we're at 22, 23, 24, 25. This is where we're at? Because I have a feeling that they're trading it back and forth to each other. And what happens when two short sellers are buying this shit and they go, hey, man, I got these shares. You got these shares? Yeah, okay. Well, we didn't get the warrants. Okay. Well, we're not going to deliver warrants. You're not going to, oh, no biggie. We're not going to exercise them anyway. Imagine if the short interest is 66 million shares, but it's just to each other. What is it really? This is the part where you become really good at what you're doing. I'm going to explain it to you. You're a hedge fund and you loan out your shares. You go, yeah, you guys want to short the stock? Here you go. I'm going to give you these shares. I'm going to give you these shares. What are you going to do with them? Well, we're going to go sell them on the market. We're going to knock it down. Cool. Here, take $1 million. And you know what I do? I go buy that $1 million back from the guy I just lent it to. Now that guy's buried. That guy doesn't have a damn clue that it was me who bought him back. And I'll loan him another $1 million. And I'll buy him back again. This is the rinse and repeat cycle that has been happening on the stock market for the last 5 years. These short sellers are so fucked that when this happens, that number doesn't look like it's bad. And then you know what? You don't have to deliver anything. No. All of you, get your warrants, do what you can, do your best. Believe me, or don't. This is the most manipulated thing you've ever seen in your life. And you're not going to be able to solve it with some kid here talking about, oh, let me show you my program. Be a better business. Run a great business. Be undeniable for the things that come in your way. Pressure is going to break them. Pressure is going to break them. And the pressure of 4.5 years is nothing in the investment world. Nothing. You guys do more. Be better. Be great. Buy more Pokemon cards. Go check out GameStop. See what it is. But for everyone getting all up in arms, this is going to be the moment. Let me tell you what this is going to do. Let this shit start taking off. Let this go crazy. Ryan Cohen's going to go take that money and he's going to go snag it. He's going to go grab another $4 billion. He's going to throw it right to the bottom line. He's going to sit back and say, what are you going to do now? And the whole world's going to crumble. All these people are going to be out here like, I can't believe it. He did it again. He did it again. And I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm all for stacking the biggest war chest you've ever seen. Because like this Joker did say one thing right. We now rival Nvidia for cash on hand. Isn't that crazy? The number one company in the world. People are talking shit about Berkshire Hathaway. They're getting beat by 26% on the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is outperforming Berkshire Hathaway because Warren Buffett stepped away and said, I'm not going to buy any more S&P 500. It's too valued. It's too overvalued. They're waiting for this correction to happen, guys. And when it does happen, you're going to want to be GameStop. The Dumb Money movie. The movie Dumb Money, starring Morantz, season 2. Who knows? Just got done with a 6-hour drive to Maine. Well, Burton, it's about to get really good because we're not stopping here. Pay attention.
Are issued and there is a short interest of 90 million, that's excess supply of shorts that the demand of 59 million cannot meet. So what is going to happen to that excess 40 or 50 million of shorts that are going to have to deliver warrants to their lenders? That
This is how stupid people are. Like, if I had to show you how stupid people are, this is him. Like, if I had to put a package, hey, Nicholas, you're going to be a securities analyst or something. I don't know what you're going to do. You're going to be working on Wall Street soon. Hey, you realize that GameStop said 10 for 1, right? So there's 66 million shares short, 10%. They need 6 million warrants. They don't need 90 million warrants. They don't need 60. They just need 10 for 1. Not every share gets a warrant. This is ignorance at its greatest level right here. That argument right there, Nicholas, let's put it in a little frame. Let's show everyone you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and let's put that on Twitter. Can I sell that? Because, I mean, shit, you're trying to tell people that you're some professional.
own GME common stock is that they are going to be forced to buy GME warrant, GMEWS ticker, in the open market on October 7th, causing a short squeeze on the warrants. Now, you may be asking, Nick, if a short squeeze is happening on the warrant ticker, GMEWS, how does that affect GME common stock? It does directly because of the arbitrage happening between the two tickers. If the warrant ticker gets too overvalued, say it goes from $7 to $20, hedge funds are going to be shorting the warrant, but they're also going to.
They cannot short the warrant. Oh my God, this guy needs to read another book. It's not a tool. It's not that way. So, where are you going to borrow the warrants from to short them? Oh, who's in the business of shorting warrants? Is there a broker that I need to talk to?
Be bidding up and buying GME common to arb the prices to a more fair valuation in the stock market, which is going to cause basically a feedback loop. Because if GME common starts rising, then that means shorts have to exit further, because the closer you get to that 32 strike price, the more warrants are going to be exercised at a discount. Say GME goes to $40 and the warrants are at 32. Okay, that means you have the eligibility to buy GameStop at 32, which is an $8 discount. It's going to incentivize shorts, basically forcing them to cover their positions on GME common, which is going to send up GME even further in this feedback loop continuously until you reach that.
Do you think he understands that when you exercise a warrant, it deducts it from the pool? There's no infinite feedback. Like the price of GameStop can go up, and people are going to what? Exercise their warrants at 32. The price of the warrant is just the difference from the stock price. Oh my God. They exercise and they're gone. This is not some magic trick, dude. This is what I'm talking about, guys. We've got dudes who sit around the bonfire listening to Tony Romo. Oh, I'm so sorry. Tony De Niro. How could I ever get them confused? Tony Romo was on the brain. These guys think, the arbitrage. No. Sorry. Can't really run too far. Why? Because then you go ahead and exercise at 32. Now supply gets smaller. Oh. Then people just all exercise, right? At that point. I mean, what's going to happen now? I've got, oh my God, I've got 6 million warrants to deliver. Oh, that's such a huge problem. It's not a problem, guys. I'm sorry to break it to people. This is going to be fun to watch. It's going to be fun to be a part of. But the sensationalizing of the whole event, that these guys have been doing. It's what I've told you guys. Listen, I don't sell you bullshit. Now, Tony likes to do this a lot. He calls it pumper channels. I'm not a pumper channel. I'm a GameStop groupie, bro. I'm all about it. You know what the fuck it is, Tony. Like, it's me. But I'll tell you something, dude. I don't lie to people. Sorry, on air. I don't lie to them. I don't pump them up full of shit. So this was going to happen. No, I don't think you can hold down GameStop the price. I don't think it should ever be $25 right now. I don't. I think it's bullshit. But as manipulated as the price might be, I'm well aware that the stock price is not the company and the company is not the stock price. That's all I care about. This tool being used is going to raise money for the company. Why look into it deeper than that? Why try to play out this scenario that's not going to happen the way you think it? All you're going to do is break people's hearts, or all you're going to do is get people to buy derivatives that they can't even cash out because they're going to be like, oh man, this shit's going here. I'm going to go put money on this. And why? They're giving you free calls. Hang out with the calls. See how it all works out. But I hate dudes that talk like they know what they're talking about, and then you can pick them apart, and you just like, their whole narrative is bullshit. There are 90 million warrants going to be short. What? There's not even 90 million shares short, and it's 10-1. 10. You get one warrant for 10 shares. Like, that's, dude, like, who watches this and says, oh, I can't believe this is going to happen this way? This fucking joker.
That $50 target towards the end of next year. What is incredible about this moment in time is there is a basically 4-day gap in between October 3rd and October 7th. And while it is over the weekend, it still matters because there is a giant liquidity gap. The market is always forward looking. It's always pricing in the future of what is going to be happening as these warrants, dividends, cash, as these news events come in. So if there is a gap in between the time where the value of the warrants, which is derived from GME Common, doesn't even...
It is not derived from GME Common. And the timing of delivery is date of record versus delivery is literally one trading day. It's the weekend, kid. You mean to buy tomorrow? By Monday, I'm so sorry. Monday, that's the day. That's the day we all need to worry about. When is this thing getting delivered? On Tuesday. So you have one trading day to do whatever the hell you think is going to happen to the stock. Let's hear your idea. Didn't you say $19? Didn't you say that, Mr. $19?
Even exist. What do you think firms are going to do for the next 4 days? They're going to short GME Common. Why wouldn't you? So you are looking right now at two major reasons why GameStop is going to drop in the next 4 days down to my $19, $20 level in demand zone. And that is because, one, there's a liquidity.
The 52-week low on GameStop, just so that we're clear, $20.30. The 52-week low is $20 and some odd change. Somewhere way over here, I don't even know when it happened. I'll put it to you that way. But you're dreaming that GameStop's going to drop all the way to $20. That means you don't understand support. You don't understand value, the company. Everybody would buy it at 20. You know why it's selling off on Friday and selling off on Monday? Because the date of record has been eclipsed, meaning people are going to get their warrants for whatever they had. That's it. So as people were buying it up to $28 and they were sitting fat up there, now it's coming down. The date record's over. So natural. This is what happens with a lot with dividends. People buy dividends for record dates. Boom, they get their dividend. They get their little 2%, 4%. They sell off the position. They go back to it. You need to have a dividend date of record. Okay. You have to hold the stock for the whole time. So in this case, for GameStop, we will start seeing a pickup in price once they start executing the warrants themselves. Warrants are going to go up in value the minute they come out. And here's why I'm going to tell you they're going to go in value, because they're hard to find. People want them. People want to hang on to them. So I think there's going to be a demand there. But if you're going to short GameStop to allow the warrant to run, well, then you're not understanding this event. It's not dilutive. It's crazy. If it drops to 20, I'll buy it all up. I'm selling the kidney at 20. No, dude, it's not going to 20. I mean, if it goes to 20, this is gross what's about to happen. But that's below Ryan Cohen's buy-in, his latest buy-in. That's below all the insiders' latest buy-ins, and that's below the bond offerings. So how would bondholders allow it to stay that low? You couldn't. You would buy it back up. You would buy it back up. There's no room to short at 20, right? If we're talking about it that way. Thought the warrants just allowed us to buy GameStop at $32. It does. It does. That guy is dangerously ignorant on investing. Yes. I sent in a shiny Mewtwo. Okay, cool. With GameStop today. I love how easy it's to grade GameStop shares. That's my 10th order with them. Ryan Brown, congratulations, man. I think it's fun that real GameStop investors use GameStop, and do that. So I'm very happy for that. I'll make sure to keep my questions fundamental based moving forward. No more tinfoil. I appreciate your insight, Marantz. Yeah, Ryan, I was a little triggered earlier in the show. I'm sick as hell. I feel like shit, but I want to be here for you. I want to be here for my boy Freddie, and I want to give you guys some quality content to go over GameStop for the weekend and dissect these guys who don't know what the hell they're talking about. The more it goes up, the more people are going to talk about it. Yep. I need GameStop at $5 a share, please. Oh, yeah, that's going to happen. We'll buy it all. Yeah. I don't think it's going to 20. I'm just saying. I've been looking at it for a while. That's below the just so that we're clear, that's below the 500-day moving average. Okay. How in the hell you have support at 2186 on 500-day moving average and you think you're going to go below 500-day moving average? I'm looking at the times GameStop went below the 500-day moving average. No, not anytime soon in the last 2 years. Right? Or the last year and a half or something to that effect. So, not going to happen. Like, it's just not going to, you're just not getting there. Where he thinks it's going to go, it's not going to go. It's not even possible. But we're talking to a dude who just looks at charts and doesn't actually know about the company itself. I mean, Ryan Cohen would be calling the cavalry at that point. He'd have to call everyone and their mother. But we'll keep going back. And by the way, Nicholas, smart guy right here, man. This guy's intelligent. Pantano doesn't know anything about GameStop or investing. Very apparent. Keep reading the notes, though.
Liquidity gap, and hedge funds are shorting GameStop until the warrants hit the NYSE and actually bring that value back to GME as a company as a whole. And two, hedge funds in general, this is standard operating procedures. Anytime you see an arbitrage opportunity in the market where there's a window of weakness like this, you take advantage of it. You don't sit on the sidelines. That's free money. If they can take GameStop from $27 to $20 and make a guaranteed 20% in 4 days, why wouldn't you do that?
Because it's the weekend. The 4 days you're talking about are Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Like, what are you talking about right now? This is embarrassing.
So coming full circle now, okay? You have 59 million shares that leading all the way into October 30th, 2026 are going to hit the tape for GameStop, okay? That's 59 million shares of dilution, and that's 59 million shares that short sellers have to deliver warrants to for the lenders that they are borrowing the stock in order to short it. The key here,
it's not dilution. I hate that. It's not dilution. They're selling warrants at $32 strike. The price is above the current value. It's not dilution. It's investors investing. They're not pulling from us.
is that there is an extra 40 million shares that are currently shorted by shorts that are going to have to pay for.
There are not an extra 40 million shares. If you say 59 million warrants and there are only 66 million shares that are short, you would only need to deliver 6 million because 66 is just 10% of that is what you, not every share gets a warrant. This guy's a fucking clown, dude.
For that warrant in the open market because there is only 59 million warrants that are going to be basically delivered to lenders for free. They are going to have to come up with those extra 40 million in buys, and that is going to directly hit the warrant ticker, which is going to bleed into GME Common, which is going to cause both securities to squeeze for the month of October, starting on the October 7th issue date. Now, let's take a minute to go over GameStop and AMC's chart, which have the exact same charts. There is no difference. We're going to talk about the micro and macro fractals. We're going to talk about the POIs. We're going to talk about near and midterm price action so you guys know exactly how to navigate the warrants moving forward since we're expecting a move after October 7th. You are currently looking at your entire super macro structure on GameStop. Do not overcomplicate it and keep it as basic TA as humanly possible. The most selling volume that GameStop is experiencing is right here, okay? That is your super macro supply extended all the way back to here to your run on May 2024. This is super macro supply resistance, okay? This is why I said all the way back in July that GME would snub 26 and it would not break this liquid zone. It needs more demand liquidity in order to break through on what is going to be the one.
You keep saying it wouldn't break 26, but your chart tells us that it hit 28. So you redrew these lines to fit your narrative, which is fine, whatever you want to do. But you're drawing lines as in to say it's going to go straight down. This is not a dilutive event. Monday is not anything special. There's not going to be mass amounts of volume. If the price is going to come screaming down, you got to show me volume and you got to show me OBV that goes negative. You got to do that for me. Like if you can really predict all these events that you keep saying, that's exactly how I would see it. Indicators tell me, I'm going to go to OBV right now. I'm going to turn off the MA, turn off the RSI. I'm going to go to OBV. I'm going to go to the daily. We're plus, wow. So somewhere in here, little man, I'm going to show it to the crowd right now. Just give me a second. Somewhere on this chart, this is what this guy wants you to believe, okay? This guy wants you to believe that this chart of GameStop, we're in the month of October now. It's going to drop below its support, break out of this pennant that it's been in. Remember, I made it a thick purple line so you can see it. But it's going to drop out of that support all the way down to 20 on Monday. And the OBV that is at an all-time high of 20 billion, 20.53 billion to the positive as of now. We have the highest volume on GameStop in the history of GameStop for OBV to the positive. No one. I only know of 3 other companies, maybe 2 other companies that have a higher ratio versus 440 million shares and an OBV at 20 billion. That is an amazing amount, don't you think? What is that total? What does that come out to? How many times of the float is on the positive side of an OBV? I mean, who would I have to type in? Oh, I'm in the Mag 7. Let's go look at somebody like Costco. Let's see, they're a good retail company. Costco OBV, 5.8 billion. 5 billion to the plus on Costco. Float's the same, 443 versus 447. 5 billion, Costco. 12x the float. What the hell? You mean to tell me more people are bullish on GameStop over the last 5 years than they ever have been of Costco? Costco's a staple. Did I miss something? How about Meta? Everybody loves Meta. Look at this chart. Meta's awesome. Meta has a float of 2.5 billion shares. Their OB is at 28 billion. They're 14 times. That's it? 14 times? I'm looking at GameStop, and it's something crazy. It's like 50 times. Literally 50 times. Microsoft, you got to be good on OBV. 56, yep, you're not that great, but still, you're not 50 times. I'm looking for 50 times. Was it Amazon who's big? Amazon, 364. Now we're talking. 364.10, so they're 36 times bigger. 36 times their float is their OBV. GameStop's at 40, almost 50. They're at 50, no? Am I tripping? It's 50. They're 50. Holy shit, nobody's bigger except for Apple. I know Apple's bigger. Look at Apple, dude. 1.14 trillion. Doesn't even matter what the hell what their shares outstanding are. It wouldn't matter one bit. That's crazy. Would it be NVIDIA? I forgot to check NVIDIA, bro. Hey, the whole world's in NVIDIA. Look at NVIDIA. The whole world's in it. Float of 25 billion. They're 3x their float. 3x their float on OBV. That's how you know it's not real. Berkshire Hathaway, 2.5 million on 1.4. They're only 2x their float. I'm telling you right now, people took profit there. People sold off on red days, not on GameStop. GameStop's the normal. It's abnormal, guys. But this guy tells us it's going to break past out of here, and that 20 billion shares of volume on the OBV to the positive are all wrong. I tell you, you know what you're talking about, bro. But I might be a broken record at this point. That's what I would be. And if you don't see it, it's right there, guys. I'll drink this. You see this? 20 billion. 20 billion volume. OBV. Positive. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Oh, I can't wait, bros. This guy's so wrong, it's unreal. He thinks this shit's going to break all the way down past his support. Support has been creeping up for the last, I don't even know how many years. Look at that. He said it's going down below 20. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'll be here. I'll be here. I'll be there. Just call my name, and I'll be there. Look over your shoulders, honey. Ooh. You, Nicholas.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost 10th tap of the same exact zone. It's not enough buying demand yet. It still needs to refuel. Using the warrants as an excuse is going to be the way that they come across and do that. Once you tap new demand off of the warrants and off of any bad news that happens with SPY over the next 48 hours, okay? That is your macro bottom. The issue date is going to be October 7th. That is basically when the squeeze begins. So as long as you load GameStop and AMC at GameStop around $20, $19, and AMC around that low twos, $2.30, $2.15, whatever it's going to end up being, you squeeze after on the micro, not the macro. The difference between a micro and macro squeeze is percentage based. On a micro, you can get anywhere from 7 to 50%, and that's exactly what we're expecting here. Your macro POI, which is October 3rd, plays inverse to the downside, and then you hit your micro POI to the upside, leading into FOMC on October 29th. An AMC chart is no different. It's the exact same sequence with the exact same fractal and the exact same timing. But the narrative reason is going to have to be something different than what GameStop's is, okay? I don't know what it's going to be, but Adam Aaron has a horrendous way of timing his dilutions and bad news with the fractals.
Isn't that crazy? Like, this got to be the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. You're talking about fractals on AMC versus GameStop? Maybe you didn't listen to your previous video when you were like, or at the beginning when they were down 99%. It was a hatchet job. But yeah, buy AMC because it's coming down to $2, right? When you said it's coming all the way down, it must. It runs with GameStop. GameStop's going to 20. AMC's going to 2. Oh God.
That match up to the exact sequences on the S&P. That's how you know he works for BlackRock. Listen, I have been on this journey equally as long as you, okay? I have lost more money than all of you have. I have been in more debt than most likely all of you have. I am here to help you beat BlackRock's repeating algorithm, and that is it. There's going to be a time where I can no longer do this. You need to take full advantage of me while you still can.
All right. If you remember his other video where he was bashing Twitter kids, he was saying, you're going to be like them. You want to listen to them? They're all losers. They've never done this. They've never done that. And blah, blah, blah. And basically, you just told me that you've lost all your money, that we should really believe in you because you're a winner. I don't even care to believe in someone. I just want you to tell me the truth and understand why you're wrong. Like, the math is not mathing. You're completely wrong. This whole video that people have watched is so wrong, like on 50 different fronts.
Because it may only be a couple more months until you never see me again on Twitter doing any type of technical analysis, because I'll be registered with the SEC and won't be able to. This is your time to capitalize. Get it done. If you have any questions, hit me in the chat. If you want to join Yield Boss, DM me immediately. You will know all these things 6 months in advance. Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram is always going to get it later than the paid members of the Yield Boss Discord. All right? I love you very much. Have a great weekend and be prepared to buy the fucking shit out of this bottom.
Sound familiar? It's always these dudes who want to be like some Twitter bros, some stock bros like Boss Bloods, and this fucking guy. Hey, check this out, guys. Real talk, okay? I love you guys, but I told you I did a show tonight because my boy Freddie was out there. He's hunting, and I was hunting too, man. I was hunting for the truth, and I found this clown that was lying to people, and I always want to show you guys and expose it and explain it to you the best way I can, and just have like a real rational look towards your investment. That's why Ryan Brown, I had got a little irritated because I don't need fun. I don't need like tinfoil. I don't need all these guys coming out with their clever ways. Like GameStop has been so fundamental. Here's the business. Here's what we're running. Here's what we're doing. They're not trying to. They're not trying to trick anyone into anything. They're so literal, and it's so black and white, and it makes sense. It really does make sense, and I love it. So the one thing that they came out with that nobody saw coming was power packs. Power packs is amazing, but you know what's even better than that? You, the testers, me as well. I tried it all out. I sold everything I had in there. Got rid of everything. I had so many cards. So many cards. I had kept so many. I only kept like 8 of them. I had some shipped home. I have some good cards that are waiting to get picked up that I'm not going to sell. I already decided I'm just going to give them away on my next giveaway. But I had told my wife, I was like, hey, the only card I'm going to keep is that EV card that was a PSA 10. I'm going to keep it. And she's like, how much is it worth? I was like, $260, she said. She's like, wow. I said, yeah, that's pretty cool. But I'm just going to put it away and I'm not going to use it for a while. And she goes, okay, cool. Well, think about it, guys. You're in line at GameStop, right? You're in line. Everybody's out there today, this morning, trying to get stuff for their folks. I'm the same way. I was there for hours 2 months ago. Hours when I had excess cash to do things. And I'll tell you that hearing people try to strategize how they're going to go from GameStop to GameStop to GameStop to take advantage of the program, it makes me smile. Listen, I don't like scalpers with the rest of them. I don't like these dudes running in line to steal shit from kids that are trying to buy it. But that's why I'm not in line. I'm not in line because I said, no, let somebody else get it. They're going to need it. Scalpers, they're going to be sitting on product for years. Let them. I don't care. But at least everyone knows now where to come get their product. They go to GameStop. They have to factor in. And then guess what? The GameStop movement is so big that there are people avoiding GameStop. Nah, man, can't even go there. That line was too long. Yeah, you know why that line's long? Because GameStop has the best promo going. You buy a membership, you can buy 2. People don't understand. It's like crack. It's like, what are you doing? They're forcing you to buy 2 now. Because in your head, I'm able to buy 2, so I might as well buy 2. That's wild, bro. Got my 90 warrants. You know, I saw in the chat that the pricing for the warrants were $13. They made me smile. I was like, yo, that means I'm probably going to have like $1,500 in warrants in my book. Am I selling them straight out the gate for $1,500, bros? I might have to and let somebody else play in that world. And I take the 15 and this is how I am. I sell the warrants and I just go grab some shares at $25. Are you kidding? They're going to give me $13 free. Get the shit out of here, bro. I don't know where it's going to be, but somebody had a price on it. Sergio says 153 warrants come my way, but they were honestly earned. Yes, I agree. No hard feelings. I get it. I only hold GameStop, but I sometimes read the tinfoil. But you're right. The fundamentals are everything and only improving. Yeah, those guys have never been right. So it's one of those things. I gotta stay away from TikTok. I'm not battling people on TikTok. I post little short. I'm using TikTok for what it is. I'm only going to use it to make the videos that I make and post, but I won't be interacting too much with TikTok. It's just not worth my time anymore. Every time I log in, I seen Dean Withers, and I had never seen him before. And now he's the only kid you see, and he's a 21-year-old debating politics. And it's so outlandish that the left has taken over platforms, and now they're pumping out their kid in front of you, and you never saw Charlie in front of these platforms live streaming and doing whatever. No, because they mute the real truth. But now this kid, and he was trying to defend illegal immigration. I was like, this is an undefensible thing. So it kills me. And then if you request to be a part of any debate, they won't debate you. You're a grown man. They don't want to debate grown men. Why is this boomer talking to me? Because I've lived that life, kid. I lived the life you dream you could live. But I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of people, a lot of investors, and a lot of these kids on Twitter and Reddit and everything else, they're not gonna have a leg to stand on very soon. And I mean that respectfully. The market's gonna correct, and people are gonna find out why being educated on macro environments and geopolitical events and how you can position yourself is so extremely valuable. You ask yourself what you knew about the housing crisis in 2008, 9, and 10. I did not know a thing. I was 24 and I had more money than I could ever dream of, and I didn't know. But if I did, I would have loved life moving forward. It would have been so easy. Sure, I don't know. I would have did it differently. I know now. I know what I didn't know. And I feel very protected right now. And I don't have a job. I am sitting in front of you telling you that's how invested I am and how ahead of it I am. Like I'm fearless. And my wife, she loved it. We talked about it just last night. We talked about it this morning in between the throw ups. But she was like, baby, she's like, I see what your plan was. I said, yeah, this is my plan. My plan is to do this. I said, I'm going to do my show. We're fine. Educate myself on my investments. Invest where I can. I can unwind any way I need to. And we're still going to be okay. Like there's nothing that's going to stop me. Consulting work, I have a very big deal. I'm going to be so honest with you guys. I'm so dedicated to you guys and the show and what we do. If somebody, there's this thing that they're offering, and I talked to my wife about it, and I said, if they offer me this, it's something that I can't walk away from my family because it's exactly what we wanted. But would it force me to walk away from here? And no. That's why. That's why it's the right thing for me. I think about that all the time. I think about the things like my wife is so smart on this stuff because we had the option to move with my previous company, and they were offering me, Hawaii. They were offering me other stuff, and hey, you're gonna move, you're gonna do this, but then you would uproot your family, and you would be unstable. Like there was things like a lot of moving parts. Nah, I'm right where God puts me. I am. I know some of you guys don't believe in God. I know some of you guys don't believe in religion, and there's just not a belief there for you. And I'll always tell you this: you just got to live longer and go through enough, and then you'll see it. Events will happen, things will happen, and the way they line up, you'll be like, wow, it's a godsend. It doesn't have to be the actual physical being that you see. It's you see the way God works through people. So I felt that way times in my life when Jay in the chat, who gives me so much info and support, has hit me with some real truth sometimes. And some people they want to see things before they believe in them. And that's how I know God is real. Because I look at GameStop, I saw the value, I saw the truth, and nobody believes me. And they all think you're trying to be somebody that you're not, and that was never the case. The case was, I have this belief. How is it going to happen? It's called the fog. The fog is not knowing where you're going, but you're going somewhere. So I try my best every day, and I tell you, it's a cheerful moment. If you guys ever see me in tears, it's because I cry when I get very excited. Like I'm happy about something, I cry. You win a sporting event, I cry. I'm just because I think about someone's happiness to be in that position, like how much work they put in and what they did. So when GameStop actually makes it past the S&P 500, when GameStop announces, what they do and how much cash they have, and they have a great earnings report, and everybody, all those naysayers for all those years that were in my chat harassing me, telling me I didn't know how to read a balance sheet, telling me I didn't understand value because I said they were profitable when they weren't, and I would say, well, they're sandbagging numbers, and no, they're not. You don't know what you're doing. And I was like, yeah, well, 4 years later, guys, we're still here, and we were absolutely correct. So I cry for you. I cry for you. Because I know that you guys stuck by me when everyone told you not to. You guys could have went and go watch some other bullshit channels and get the wrong information, and and not believe in your investment, you could have left, and you wouldn't be where you're at today and where you're about to be. Because I tell you, 25.45 is not the end of this run. 25.45 is not GameStop. I mean, that's pressure. That's suppression. That's manipulation. That's not what we are. I show you true value every day. And I'm just very happy, man. That's it. I'm happy that we made it past a lot of dark times. We still have more stuff to go. I mean, this is not my victory lap yet, but I promise you, I'm here for all the right reasons. More time to buy. This price action is amazing, low. We'll be getting 170 warrants, $500 every paycheck for GameStop. That's awesome, dude. Awesome. Marantz, the channel is growing. I remember when it was only 100 people in the lives, and now you've doubled and tripled every live. You're killing it. More success for the channel. Thank you, Sergio. I can tell you, we could have paid $500 to hang out with Jackie. Yeah, 250.45 is the beginning of the run. We love you, Marantz. Thank you, Marcelo. All the way out in Israel, man. That's cool. So my first year on YouTube, when we started talking GameStop, and it was only me, Kyoto, Ruben, Hot This Year, and Almo, and Stacks, and some, all the mods. Those guys, and the girls, it was Pam, and maybe even Sharon, but it was awesome because I would go live for 8 hours, 15 to 30 people the whole first year. I remember when I first broke 50 people, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. We peaked at 50, and I'd run out of the house, go to work just on cloud nine. Like, yo, bro, 40 people. Like, it matters, to me, because I was trying to grow something. And in between all those runs of having people show up to watch the show, you lose some people. Some people only watch the highlights. Some people only watch what's posted on, not Superstock, but the Meltdown or somewhere on Twitter, and they're like, yeah, this guy's a jackass. This guy, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He just, I hate him. Somebody said it to me the other day. It's like they've never sat down and watched a full live stream. They've never really hung out and understood what we do and how we do it. And they've never asked a general question, So I wish I found you instead of Uncle Bruce 4 years ago. Glad to be here. The last two, though. Thanks, man. Dovey, that's cool. I turned down Uncle Bruce. He wanted to do an interview, and we talked about it. And at the very end, I said, nah, I'm good. Because he's out where I live. He's out here most of the time. Like the video, everyone. I love these late night videos with Marantz. Thanks, bro. So my point was we were at around 30 people for the first year. And I had this plan. I was like, I'm going to try to double my audience for the next year. And our first year we did, just so that you're aware, 3,333 subs first year. I was like, man, that's it. I can do 33333, right? Whatever. And then the next year we increased our viewership, and we were able to hold 60 people on a live, and it went all the way up to 6,000. And I was like, okay, we did it. Then the third year we did 10,000, and we increased to 100 people, 120. And now that 3,000 threshold, we beat it last year on our fourth year. We beat it right on time, right on pace. And I'm happy to tell you guys that we will hopefully, we need about, I don't know, maybe 2,000 more people. Right now where we're at, we need 16.3. So we need to get to 16.3 by May. So we have plenty of months to do it. I'm still tracking. I mean, we have a whole half a year, whatever the hell it is. I don't know. But we're going to keep doing it. So I don't know how we do it. I'm not out here on the corners prostituting, but I just keep grinding one brick at a time. But yeah, the viewership is cool, Sergio. It's something to track, and it's something to tell you how big GameStop's getting. I can imagine that we've had more people buy GameStop because of the show than not. So even the haters, I've turned so many haters into believers over the years. So that's the best part about it. Anyway, yeah, GameStop's going to run, guys, but it's not going to be because of a warrant and this arbitrage and this manipulation of an outcome that all these guys are chatting about. I told you, be nervous with your warrants because it's a volatile market. It's 59 million only. It's a very small float. Morantz is the GOAT when talking about GameStop. Small Fry now, you've been a member for 2 years. Thank you. Once we hit the S&P 500, your viewership will go parabolic with the price. Ryan Brown, God willing. God willing. But I've been calling for the S&P 500 for 3 to 4 years now. And there was a time where they told me, and this is Tony DeNiro, the guy who's bullish on GameStop. He said a couple things. He said, one, they'll never pay a dividend, and they'll never get into the S&P 500. Let me explain it to you. GameStop could pay a dividend right now. They won't out of principle, if you heard what Ryan said, but everyone's factually wrong about this, about what they're capable of doing versus what they will do. I said what they're capable of doing, yes, but they're definitely getting to the S&P 500. And you can hold them out as long as you want, but that cash pile is going to get bigger. The profits are going to get bigger. Like right now, everyone's factoring in. Watch, I'm going to show you guys something. We'll go to GameStop really quick on my analysis. But by the way, how amazing do you guys feel that Wedbush is no longer covering GameStop? No analyst is covering GameStop. And that happens after they announce their warrant offering. Like, they came out with warrants, and everybody just said, fuck this, bro. We want no part of it. Here's what I want to show you. And thank you for the shout out there, David. Appreciate you, man. I'll do my best. And keep up the great work, Marantz. Yeah, thanks. Oh, I thought it was David who said it, but David just put my emoji, so you're good. So look at the income, okay? Net income is 362. And that puts your price to earnings ratio, a forward PE ratio of 29. If I take my calculator, right, I'm going to do this math while I'm here because you're going to see GameStop come in with another 100. Well, you know, Bitcoin, I hope it goes up to 250,000 like that guy said, Mr. Lee said, but no. Right now, GameStop's going to get an additional like $40 to $50 million on the books because where Bitcoin's at. But if Bitcoin can keep it where it's at, it wouldn't matter. I'll just say 40 million, right? And then operationally, they're 40 million as well. And then interest, they're 80 million. So they're $160 million additional profit on the net income side. But they made 17 last year, so we'll take away the 17, 15. It's going to come in at around I'll just say 145 extra. So 444, or what is this? 362. So 362 plus the 145, that gives them 507. I'm going to go $500 million, okay? I'm going to say flat. So $500 million is their income. When you take into consideration their market cap, you have to say that's how many times, okay? It's a price to earnings ratio. So if they're at 500 million, that means per share, just so that we're clear, 447, 67,000, whatever, divided by, all right, $500 million. That gives them a, I'm so sorry, $500 million divided by the other way. It's like $1.11 if I'm not mistaken. Divided by the 447, 670. So that comes out to $1.11 a share. You take the price of $25.38, divide that by the 111. You're at a 22 PE ratio. 22 PE ratio on GameStop as of quarter 3. And that's PE ratio, not the forward PE. So if you're at a 22 on GameStop, and they should be afforded like any other retail company would be like a growing retail company, transition, pivot, all the cash, you should be given some luxuries there. But if you were to do like Amazon, and Amazon's like the biggest one you could think of, right? Just because they're a massive company and they're always growing, they're everywhere. They're in the 30s. If you were to give GameStop 33 times the 1.11, you would have a $36 price target per share. So GameStop could be so much higher, but 36, that's just, guys, what I'm telling you right now, about PE ratio, and that's one makeup of it, right? Of like your value. But when you do the sum of all parts, and you go, okay, they have income, yes, of the business, boom, okay. You know, okay, well, let's give it some value. This is what it should be. They should be trading at a 22 PE ratio coming up. Okay, well, maybe we should afford them the 40 or 50. But then you also got to go over and you got to go, oh, look at all this cash they have on hand, like the actual assets. And for people to say that they don't give you value for book, they absolutely do. The only times they won't do it is if it's in the negative, right? If your stock price is below your book value. You go, well, wait a minute, market cap's below book. Then maybe we're not there. Dudes, we're going to have an increased float and we're trading almost at $1 per share, right? Like we're going to be so massive that if every 2 years you make $1 billion as a company, what's your multiple? What's your multiple for value if you can make $1 billion every 2 years and you already have 11 on book? So you're going to make after 10 years. Remember, people always invest 20 years in. You're telling me after 10 years, you're going to have compounded interest. You're going to be over 20 something billion dollars. You know what multiple someone's going to give you? They're going to give you a crazy one. They're going to give you a crazy one. And I'm going to be here for it. Because if Palantir and NVIDIA, all these guys with cash and crazy like PE ratios, just like Tesla, but like, are you kidding? Those companies make how much money compared to GameStop? Not much. Palantir doesn't make much more than GameStop. Go ahead, look at it. We'll look right here. Palantir. Okay. Palantir. Palin. It's not E, it's an A. Hello, Marines. So, their revenue is $3 billion. We're $3 billion. They mark it out and they get $700 million. What do we get? They're at $700 million. We're at $500 million is what I'm telling you. Okay, so we're $263 million away. Do you think we should be $400 billion away on market cap? Like, how is that even possible? People buy this shit at 500 PE ratios? The sheet itself, you're going to buy this, but you're not going to buy GameStop? They're equivalent to what, $5 billion? We have almost double. We will have double. And I'll go to the quarterly. I won't just do the annual. Look at this. $6 billion. Where are we? We're monsters. We're monsters. You're not pulling away, but you're going to tell me this company's worth $400 billion. That's nonsense. That's Wall Street. That's people pumping it. That's all that is. When GameStop becomes the darling, boom. And it's only because they got into the S&P 500. We can go look at Robinhood. Robinhood, is it one word or two words? Robinhood Markets right here, Hood. So Robinhood gets in, their revenue is $3 billion like us. They have a lot of net income. Don't get me wrong, they're a bank, financial institution. Maybe they should. Guess what they're trading at? 75 PE. 75 PE. If we were at 75 PE, our stock price would be $80 a share. Be a monster for a lot of people invested. But you're looking at market caps of $132 billion. $132 billion because they got to the S&P 500. GameStop's at 10, bro. GameStop's at 12. Are you guys paying attention? You're going to have to 10x me. You're going to have to give me some real value because when I go look at these fundamentals and we go look at this company and we go look at their balance sheet, hey, all that is investments of other people. Their actual cash, $4 billion, that's what you're sitting on? You're deployed. What can you do? This is who you are. You're asset driven based off of what? Based off of crypto. You already know how they make their money via options. I already showed you. But this is not something that you're going to be. Look at it. Shareholder equity, $8 billion. That's a massive amount of shareholder equity. And you're going to come out and you're going to go like this. Look, watch this, guys. I'm going to prove it to you. $9 book. $9 book. What are they trading at? I've already told you. When the people just go, oh, it means nothing. You guys don't even know. 16 times book. GameStop's 2. If GameStop were at 16 times book, that means 8 times their price right now on stock price. That means if they're at $25, you would have to have them at $200 stock compared to Robinhood, what they're giving value for. We beat Robinhood every day of the week. And I'm talking now. I'm not talking the S&P 500 multiple that we're going to be given. I'm talking right now if you want to give this to us. They're in there. We're not. Put me in. Put me in, coach. It'll shatter the world. You go above and beyond. We love you, brother. We appreciate you. Yeah. Rance, how long do you think Ryan had warrants planned for execution? I think it's a process, right? So when you look at GameStop, was I not showing you the values, the totals? I don't even know if I was. Who knows? I don't care. Just talking. Sorry, I'm very sick. I'm not doing well. I keep eating a spoonful of rice, my wife's white rice. Remember I told you it's the best? Even cold, it's the best white rice. Let me read that really quick. Hold on. While True do some. Let me first answer Doovy, and then I'll answer you. Okay, so Ryan Cohen said he was going to buy Bitcoin, right? And puts him on the sheet, which was cool. Not that he was going to... This is like a thing of like no one knows where he's going. And then he said, we're going to do our own plan. And what did he do right after that? He did a bond offering, 2 bond offerings. He's also done a warrant offering. So when you do bonds, you do the bonds first, traditionally from what I've seen, and then you will offer a warrant on top of the bond. You're not diluting the bondholders. You're giving them a way to buy in for more. And at the same time, offering warrants to the public, considering, like, this is what you have to remember. GameStop is a people-owned stock. It's not institutionally held. I know institutions hold it, and they've increased 100% this last year, but you're not taking it from the people. The people really do have these shares. We're living proof. So I just don't want you to think we're like these small, niche, little, internet crew that just has GameStop shares. No, the world owns GameStop. And Ryan knows this. Everybody knows this. That's why it's so hard to find, and you can't. And if you go try to get it, the price goes crazy. You'd be like, "Whoa, nope, can't buy in." You can't buy in. And Ryan's letting you know you can't buy in. When you start buying in, he offers shares to his friends. I'm sure he has investors. And if you start buying in, he goes ahead and raises funds. Because who's not calling Ryan saying, all right, let me get up in there with you, and I give you a couple of $1 billion. I'm $1 billion. We got a fund that we have. And you know what? And it's all legit. Go through Jeffries, go through whoever, and it's all legit. It's not like a planned event, or is it? You see what Ryan does. He makes his network. He talks to people. But I think some GameStop investors that seek out Ryan's approval and partnership, I think he has them locked up. I think he has them sign NDAs, and he talks about those things. Had to check in because I can't hear you from the living room, not the norm during a live. Oh, baby, yeah, no, I'm not yelling today. My body can't take it. But I will talk to the crowd in a minute because I'm going to ask them a question. Hey, guys, listen, I'm supposed to be getting a haircut tomorrow, and I told myself that. But you guys think I should dye my hair? Get rid of the salt and pepper? You guys think I should? I mean, because I don't know. My white hairs get real curly. That's why I go cream them down. But I mean, it's long right now. But my wife is going to dye her hair. And I was like, yo, baby, I'll dye my hair with you, girl. I don't care. I was going to come out here looking all dark. Dude, I asked my daughter if she'd bleach my hair. Like, let's just bleach it. I'm happy she didn't do that because I had this, the salt and pepper looks good as hell. Thanks, Doovy. I had this important consulting meeting on Friday, and I just pictured if I would have came in with bleach platinum hair, the shit I was going to, I told my daughter, I go, man, I want that silver hair. And she's like, you do? And I was like, yeah, no. I'm happy I didn't do that. The meeting went well. That's why I was on fire on Friday on the show. Yesterday, I was on fire. That night stream last night was fire. I know it. I had energy. I was so happy about the outcome of my meeting, but I'm still waiting on that other meeting that I had, but I don't know. It's scary. It's scary to live life in front of you guys on the edge, but you never know. You never know where you're headed. I just keep going one day at a time. Can they create an ETF off the warrants like they created GMEU? I'm thinking about it wrong. You are thinking about it wrong, Ryan Brown. There's no dilutive instrument, not a taxable event off of the warrant. Okay, not for like brokers. A warrant is issued. GameStop issues shares based upon the receiving of funds. That's how the settlement works. They receive $32 and they'll give you a share from the coffers. It's very simple. We don't need to make it complicated. You good with the salt and pepper? Okay, I'll just go get the haircut then. Yeah, Mom, I'm not gonna bleach my hair, Mom. I'm just gonna get the haircut. Okay. Doovie, we were talking. Yeah, so I think they did it in succession. There was that. Here we go. You had asked a question. No. Here's a question. Historically, was there ever a comparable Russell 2K comparison that graduated to S&P similar to GameStop's projection? Yes. Everybody. Every stock. Most stocks, you're included in the Russell 3000, 2000, 1000. I remember when GameStop was a Russell 1000 company, and they progressed, and now they're an S&P 400 mid-cap company. They'll get to the 500. Most people do. I don't say most people do. That's not how I want to say it. It's all these companies had to go this route at some point. There are some people that get escalated and elevated, but like a company like CoreWeave, I'll give you a good example. CoreWeave. CoreWeave comes out, and the IPO launches, and they're private equity driven, and they're NVIDIA backed, and what happens? Boom. Valuation, $60 billion on the table. They make no money. They're not profitable. They never will be profitable. What the hell's going to happen, right? You're like, well, they could be profitable. Okay, they could be, but they're sitting at $9 billion of debt, so they have debt interest payments that they can't make, and they lose $1 billion operationally. So you got to wait. You got to wait a long time before they become profitable. But that's the whole point. When Robinhood finally became a profitable company with all the money getting shoved into it, they found a way to operate. They actually cut all their payroll. They cut all their expenses. Now they're profitable. And then people say, okay, how do they contribute to GDP to be established and be called an S&P 500? Well, it took them 2 quarters to get in, and they finally got in. And companies can do that. Like, I honestly think GameStop could have come out and been profitable and run their business, not preparing themselves for this moment, and just go in with the $1 billion, and that's all they have. But no, I don't think people know how big GameStop is because they're numb to numbers. Like, everyone here is just numb to the number. You hear $9 billion, and you go, $9 billion cash, who cares? Wait, because everybody's made you feel like you're conditioned to feel this way. Like, even when you're conditioned to feel, the ebb and flow of the market, the swings of GameStop, you're like, goes up to 35, who cares? We're like, we've been here before. Well, $9 billion, guys. You need to look around. You need to look around the room. We are about to have $11 billion cash, and you need to look around the room. You'll never, and I'm telling you, never see a small cap company, mid cap company, micro cap company, S&P 400 cap company. You'll never see these guys with $11 billion cash. I've been looking. And when I tell you guys, like this morning I made a video, I'm turning over every stone. I went and looked at every single company that I can. And when I look at cash on hand, I'm blown away. I'm like, really? GameStop has as much cash as NVIDIA? GameStop has as much cash as CVS? Like, you guys could think CVS is small. That's the #1 pharmacy in America. It's a massive company. It's a drug company. And you're going to tell me they have $12 billion cash and GameStop has 11? We're going to talk? Walmart has 9? Costco has 13? Like, these are massive companies, and little old GameStop, a 500 square foot right there in your strip mall, they have that type of money. No one's giving them any respect for that money. No way. You guys, I'm telling you, go look at AMC movie theaters again. AMC had a market cap of $10 billion before Ape. They had a market cap of $10 billion. They were $27 a share on 400 and 500 million shares. They were making that type of weight walking around. 11 billion. That shit's down to 1. All the money raised, all the shares sold off. That's why people can't tell me, oh, it's going to... I'm just like, you guys don't know what you had. You don't know what you're invested with and who you're invested with. Wall Street knew. Wall Street said there's a free $10 billion right there. They went and took it. They took it from you. That's what I'm telling you. Ryan Cohen is sitting here with $11 billion to his hip after this warrant offering. And you're going to tell me the dude's worth billions himself. He has billions of investment into GameStop right now. And he's not selling out. He's got 1/10 of the company, but the equity of this company, multiply it, guys. If you're going to give value for $500 million in the bank and say, oh, this company has the options to do X, Y, and Z. Oh, that company can pay dividends every quarter because they make $300 million. Okay, Coles. Okay, all the rest of you guys out there, Casey, everybody out here has cash that they sit on quarterly, $300 million, $200 million. Best Buy, same way. Okay. That's not GameStop. They are doing something so revolutionary. And their cash pile is massive. I know. Oh, look at Berkshire Hathaway. Okay. Warren Buffett's been there for 60 years. You let Ryan Cohen sit here for 60 years, and it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a big problem for people. And you guys are at the beginning of it. You guys, we started this. We, collectively, you, me, and the mouse in my pocket, we literally go in there and go, you know what? We're going to buy this stock. We're just going to hold it. Fuck it. Let's see what it does. Let's see what Ryan does. Dude, when I first bought into GameStop, they had $500 million cash. $500 million cash, and the market cap was $21 billion. $21 billion. I was like, dude, they're going to be S&P tomorrow. And then it was like, nah. Their market cap keeps coming down. Like, okay. What are we going to do now? We got to become profitable. We're not even profitable. Oh, shit. Okay. We're going to build a marketplace. We're going to build an NFT marketplace. Okay. Everything they did, mistakes, not, whatever, think about where you're at today. You're right where God wants you to be. I'm convinced. So I'm good with that. In the chat right now. No. Once you do it, it'll never be the same. Nothing better than natural color on guys, IMO. Salt and pepper always looks nice coming in and on its own. Sharon, yeah, I got you. I think I'm just gonna cut it. Hi, my name is what was it? Was it Hugh Hauser? Hi, I'm from California. I just want to tell you I love GameStop. Anyway, I'm gonna get going, guys. Go have dinner with the wife. It's Saturday night. Enjoy your families. Once again, this live stream is dedicated to my man, Freddie Bauer. If you guys see him, let him know. I love that man, and I respect his hustle and what he does for us as a community. There's numerous other investors and supporters of the show. Donko, Jay, each and every single one of you guys. I was so heartfelt today. I got a message and it said, Marantz, I bought 2 hoodies and a cup, and I'm gonna live in them. I was like, oh man, it touched my heart. And I said, can I get them signed? Yeah, one day. You know, guys, I don't know where this journey is gonna take us. There's the fog of it all. I don't promise you anything. I just promise you that I'm gonna hustle harder and keep grinding for us. And I thank you for letting me do what I can. This is a dream, and I'm gonna keep grinding. Okay? Thanks again, guys, for everything. Appreciate you. Let's have a hell of a month. We're 3 days away from warrant distribution. It's gonna be wild. I'll get my helmet. I'll be ready. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. Let's have a blessed evening, millionaires. No promo. Let me read this. Hold on. No promo. As much as we admire Canada, my interest was looking into Play It Again Sports. Windmark. Just wondering if you've noticed potential nomination for PE investigation. I have not looked at that. Windmark, is that what it's called? Play Again Sports. I'll have to look at that if I find time. I'm I'm just, my voice and my throat, everything's hurting right now. I loved Hugh Hauser. You mean to tell me GameStop has billions of dollars? That's amazing. You mean to tell me? Yeah. Glad to be a part of this journey, no matter where it takes us. 51. Yes, thank you again to all the Team 51 guys. We have 9 official members of Team 51 supporting the show, holding us upright. I just want to say thank you from me to you. I love you guys. I know 9's not a lot to some people. To me, that's more than I could ever imagine for. I never knew what we're going to do. Let's keep grinding. Now keep handing out free shit to the kids. That's coming up real soon, by the way. So thanks again, guys. Blocking down isn't the same without you. Hey, Johnny. John, I'll catch up with you, man. I have some big plans coming up for me. But you look tired, Marantz. Get some rest. I'm not tired, Andrew. I'm not tired at all. What I am is I'm sick. I'm sick. I got a little stomach poisoning. But not one that comes out of your backside. It's just, I was throwing up like crazy. Some of you guys got the video in our Discord. If you're our Discord and you're in the hidden channel, you saw the video. My wife, she thought she was funny. She recorded me throwing up. I had no idea. Then she sent it to me, and she was laughing. But my boy, Tito, he was reaching for me through the door. Hey, mods, by the way, if we see Johnny J in our Discord, can we please promote him to the secret channel? I know some of you guys don't know about the secret channel. Some of you guys are in it. We do have a secret channel and don't take it personal. We only allow certain people in there. But I definitely want Johnny J in our secret channel. So somebody could take care of that. Maybe Almo, I don't know if you know how to promote people in the Discord. Johnny, hit me up with a DM or something, or a message in the GME channel in Discord, and then I'll promote you. I miss you, brother. And yeah, we need you well. No, I'm well, guys. Listen, it's not even. Yeah, no, I know how to do it though. I miss you, brother. Have a great night. Thank you. I will. Thank you, Johnny. Yeah, man. Some nights I miss blocking down. Hey, Marantz, I just had a chance to tune in. Can I get a happy birthday to my godson? Is it Leo? Leo? And his sister Allie, who visiting with us from the weekend and watching. Yeah. Hey, guys. Happy birthday to your godson. Is it Leo? I don't know if I'm saying it right. Leo or Lio? Big L. I don't know. But the sister Aaliyah as well. That's cool. Allie. Did I say Aaliyah? My bad, bro. I'm all over the place. No, hey, happy birthday to the kids. Anthony, you know how I feel about you and your family. You guys are godsend, and much respect to you and AJ. I hope you guys made it in time before the game. Did you guys, Leo? Okay, cool. Did you guys make it to GameStop this morning? I know you guys were going to be in line before the game, try to get there, get some stuff. I didn't see. I haven't even read the Discord today, guys. I'll send in my 500 Discord payment for the secret channel. Sergio, no need to. It's free. We're okay, man. That's so cool, Anthony. You have family in town, and you guys are watching the show. I wish I had a better presentation. No soccer game. Cut it too close. Oh man, yeah, that sucks. But it's okay. There's always another week, another day, another year. We're gonna live for it. You guys enjoy the show, enjoy the channel, watch the short videos, guys. I tell you, it helps with the algo. I know that we're kind of locked down on algorithm. I shot myself in the foot this weekend. If you guys don't know, YouTube sends me some warnings, but I played too much copyrighted music, and I'm sorry, YouTube, but some people paid for the copyrighted music. It just went that way. So, but what they do is they won't send me money. Send me money. No, they won't monetize the show, and then they won't send anyone via the algorithm. And so I know how it works, and I'm sorry, YouTube, but you know what? Sometimes the people are more important than that dollar. Not sometimes, all the time. Thanks again for all the support and love of the channel. Thank you guys for ordering the merch the way you guys do. Hopefully you guys are getting quality merchandising. I know that it's good quality because I have it. And I just want to say thank you again. Yes, Leo and Allie, happy birthday. Is it really birthday to just him, but not Allie, right? Is his sister's birthday too? That's crazy. If it is, but yeah, are they twins? Hey, I'm a twin. No, but Shout out to my people out there in Oxnard in the Southern California area. But let's enjoy the rest of our night. Do your best. And stop watching these criminals, these thugs, these imposters on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. Woo! All right, I got to get going, guys. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. I'll see you around, millionaires. Catch you Monday. While true to do, I try to be live every day. So I'll try to be live tomorrow. Thank you, Delina. Have a safe and great, blessed night to you too, the two, and everyone here. Thank you so much, Anthony. Yeah, I try to be live every day. So this is what I do. So, but I'll be having short videos tonight. I'll be making videos tonight. So we'll see how they go. And then if I find something to talk about, then I go live. And that's what happened. I found this guy's video and it irritated me just enough to snatch and grab. And send him a message if you want and let him know how stupid he is. And say, I sent you. GameStop. I don't care. He's a small creator. I don't even care. Yeah. I'm with you every day. There you go. Andrew, thanks again, bros. Anthony, everybody. You guys know who you are. Almo. Bro, I'll call you later, bro. I had a rough night. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. It's about to be great, millionaires. I'll see you around. Peace.